Welcome to another series on Incubated Global Network. I want to appreciate those that have been following us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. I really appreciate each and every one of you. The questions, the comments, the like, and for those sharing, I really appreciate. I say God bless you. If you have not been following us, in fact, you may be wondering, what is this all about? It's a series that touches on a home, basically. How we can have a peaceful home, how we can access a joyous home, how our home can be filled with the joy of the Lord. If it's Samson, by the grace of God, the one anchoring this talk on Incubated Global Network. So you can search for Incubated Global Network on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. I use my direct ID. If it's Samson, is what I use on Facebook, and even on YouTube. You can watch our full videos on YouTube. Just go to Reverend Samson Olomo's channel, and you'll be able to access our various series that we have put together by the grace of God. And today I want to quickly share with us the essence of courtship. Now, what is courtship? Courtship is the period where two people that intend to marry are dating. They are going out. They are friends. The period that they try to understand themselves, that they are friends, they move together, and they try to see if they can come together as a man and a woman to form a union called marriage. Now, during the period of courtship, some persons have venture into acts that are immoral, acts that are dubious, acts that are ungodly, that have landed them in a wrong choice or wrong decision and leave them in regret for the rest of their life. And so, what is courtship really all about? Is it the way people go about it, or is there something different? I want to share with us just three tips that I consider as the essence of courtship. Number one, the essence of courtship is actually for the two people to know themselves better. The two people to know themselves better, and the ability of the partners or the people that are coming together, the ability for them to understudy each of them, understudy their life, understudy their character, understudy their behavior, goes a long way to help them in the marriage that they want to go into. Courtship is like a shadow of what you are going to see. So what you see in courtship will not be far from what you will also see in the marriage proper. So it's the period you get to know each other better. What are the things you need to know about each other? Temperament, the way your partner behaves, the way your partner reacts when there are issues. Are you sure you can cope with it? Are you sure you will love that kind of outburst that your partner is showing now? There are some that say, at the stage of courtship, you see them being abused or being maltreated or even beaten. You see some guys that beat the women, that beat the ladies during courtship, and the lady just feel that, he will change. By the time we are married proper, I believe he will change. Change what? Change what? Is what you are seeing now. In fact, it's even triple of it you are going to get in the marriage, in the real marriage proper. The slap is giving you now will turn to blow when the marriage proper. So if you are getting those signs in courtship, it's a sign for you to run. It shows that partner is going to be very brutal and very abusive when the proper marriage has been conducted. So it's not something you bear. Check the temperament. If someone that you are dating could slap you in public, could shout at you in public, when you are married, those things they will not become normal. So you should be able to understudy the person's temperament. He said when we are cutting, we are just cutting, or we are not married yet. So I believe he will change. If not, when he's angry or when she's angry, she will break things in the house, she will destroy things in the house. And you feel when you are not married, is it the marriage now that will change that character? Is it the wedding gown she's going to wear now, or the suit the man is going to wear now, that will not change that character? You are deceiving yourself. What you are seeing now is triple of it that you will see in the marriage. So you better understudy every character trait, every temperament that you know you cannot accommodate. It is during courtship you pull out. In fact, courtship is for you to study each other. If you know it will not culminate into a good marriage, at that time you pull out. There is no law that says that if you pull out of a courtship, then you are not a failure. It's better an engagement is broken than having a broken marriage. So if he's brutalizing you now that you're cutting him, if he's tongue lashing you or making you feel worthless during courtship, these are signs that you need to pull out. You people are not compatible. So during courtship is when you study each other, study the temperament, study the way issues are being handled and how matters are being settled between the two of you. Each time you have issue is courtship, yet family is already gathering to settle you. In fact, there are some, the men want to condition the women to feel like they are possessed, so they need to go for some deliverance somewhere. Meanwhile, they are the one manipulated, they are the one making life miserable for those ladies. These are signs that you need to pull out of that relationship. So courtship is a period where you understudy yourselves. You know the temperament and the character of the other man. I was once talking with a lady and she was complaining, this he is actually good. He used to give money. He's not tight-fisted. He gives. He knows how to take care of a woman. But you see that anger thing. Oh, I don't know what to do. If not, it's good. So I asked her, can you cope with the anger? See, really, I can't really cope. But I like him. I told her, you are confused. If you cannot cope, yet you are liking him, so how do you want to manage that part of him? She said she does not know. So if you know you cannot cope with that anger, you can't cope with that character in courtship, you need to sincerely answer to yourself. Nobody can answer it for you. You need to sincerely answer it to yourself. So courtship is a moment of decision, is a moment of truth. Being truthful to yourself. What you know deep down inside of your mind that you can't cope with, there is no point deceiving yourself into it. If not, when you enter, please and please just keep it to yourself. Just keep bearing it until maybe if God touch him or touch her and she changes. So it's a moment of decision, a moment where you actually sit yourself down and tell yourself the truth as to what you can take and what you cannot take. There is no room for pretense, please. Don't pretend in courtship. In fact, so many people go into courtship pretending. Some of the girls, they can pretend, they will pretend in every area. Meanwhile, they are so dirty. Very dirty. They can't put themselves together. Not to talk of someone else. So the moment of courtship is the period you use in understanding yourself. I know some people will say, can you really study someone? You can study people, but at least the period of courtship when the two of you are trying to know yourself, there are some signs that you must see. It's just that most times the truth is that we tend to pretend as though we don't see it, or we overlook them, or we just feel that we change. So many have the notion of he will change. You will tell me if it's the suit that will change him, or it's the wedding gown that will change him so, or that will change her so. Yes, we have to be truthful. characters that have been formed over time. It's difficult when you want to marry. When somebody is coming saying that it's you I want to marry, is you, or you feel this is the person I want to marry, genuinely go and conduct tests. I beg of you, enough of disturbing pastors for prayers. Go and do the necessary check, and when you find out, if you know sincerely from your heart that your faith cannot carry you to trust God for a turnaround in your genotype, please and please don't go into it. I'm begging you, don't go into that marriage. Cut off at that stage of the courtship. And you birth children that go through pain, that go through series of health challenges. Is very wrong. So the period of courtship is not the period of snappy picture of traveling up and down. Is the period of going to go and find out your health status. Be bold enough to ask that man, let's go to the hospital and check ourselves. Be bold enough to ask that lady, let's go to the hospital. Anyone that is not ready during courtship to go and make those findings, cut the person off. Quit the relationship. So many are afraid, hey, if I not quit it, which man will come for? Most especially the ladies, they are even the problem. Which man will not come for me? Oh, which all my mates are getting married. Is it by all your mates are getting married? Or is by you marrying and staying in a marriage comfortably in peace and in joy? So you must be ready. Be ready. Is a big issue that in this very moment people still deceive others into marriage that they know that they have health challenges without revealing it. And be ready to reveal it. Anyone that does not want to accept you for the way you are, it's better the person goes than for you to hide it. I knew of a lady that wanted to marry, and before someone started coming for her, she already knew she had fibroid. And she in fact told her spiritual father that, look, this is my challenge. He said, don't worry, God can do anything. In fact, we have heard stories of people that have fibroid, that God blesses, and they now have children. Despite the fact that fibroid is there. So whoever that is coming, make sure you let the person know. She said, okay. The first person that came, as it will happen, immediately she opened up and told the man. The guy flew, never came back again. And she said, I got the wrong advice of my life. I got the wrong advice of my life. Never will I open my mouth. Anybody come that he wants to marry me, I will never open up. And her spiritual father was telling her, it's better you open up. He said no. In fact, she even became offended. She became angry with the spiritual father. He said, if I had not opened up, maybe that man would have married me. Now the man has run away. And she was so bittered. Eventually someone else came. She refused to open up. She refused to tell the person her health status. When she was asked, so how are you going to manage it? Because she has all manner of roots, herbs, medicine that she's taking. So how are you going to, he said she will hide them. When the man is not around, that's where she will take those herbs that will help her to flush the fibroid out. For how long will she keep that as a secret? So you must be very careful. Very, very careful. If you open up, and as well we know of a story of someone that opened up, told the man that, look, this is my health challenge. I have fibroid. And the man told her, being that is the man that God has made for her. He said, look, those are minor issues. I don't believe in all those things. Fibroid is like malaria. It will go. God will give us children. And immediately they got married. From nowhere, without any medical assistance. She had her children. Because two of them put hands together and they were praying over it. Those are the kind of things that God will honor. Not the one that you're hiding under deceit. So don't let anybody deceive you. Some people go to the extent of saying, I can never tell the man that I've committed abortion, that I don't have womb, or I don't have this. Yet you want to marry. So you want to deceive another man's child. If you were in the shoe of that person that you want to deceive, how would you feel if you find out at the long run? And it's a good ground for divorce. Yes. is a good ground for divorce. In as much as we are not encouraging people to get divorced, we are telling you some of the things that will help to keep your home so that it won't result into divorce. Because if that partner wakes up tomorrow and finds out and says no, he can't continue, he wants to go, it's a good ground. You can't hold him because you deceived him into it. So why deceive people? The one that God has made for you will accept you the way you are. We accept you for who you are. So you must learn to be open. You must learn to open your health status. Let your health status be known to your partner. That is the essence of courtship. Those are the things they do in courtship. Courtship period is a period that the time you agree on salient issues, the time that you look at things that surround you and you have an agreement that you choose to hold on to. You hear some men complaining, I have always planned that it's only 2 children and we have both. But this woman now, she has born everywhere full with 7 children. What did you people do about it when you were cutting? What was your discussion? What did you agree on with regard to the number of children you will have? So when you have already agreed that these are the number of children you want to have, you take steps towards it on how you will plan it. There are family planning, how to go about it in various ways, various forms that people are holding on to. So during courtship, these are the things you sincerely agree on. Place of worship have crumbled marriage. Place to worship has crumbled marriage. So you must agree. Maybe this person comes to meet you from denomination A, and B is telling you, that your denomination A, I don't like it. And A is telling you, Mr. A is telling you that my denomination A, I cannot leave it. And you just feel that, maybe after marriage, God will touch his mind. You are deceiving yourself. He's already telling you that he cannot live there. So if you know you can't cope, please desist from that relationship. Move out of it. In a situation where place of worship will now become a serious issue that determines the joy of the home, enough of it. When you agree on salient issues like this, please keep to it. The choice of businesses to go into have crumbled marriages. The choice of investment to make has crumbled marriages. Finance management have brought problems to home. So during courtship, this is where you know how you want to go about the financial management of that home you want to set up. The kind of business investment you want to go in as a family. It's a moment that you agree on things that touches on your peace, your happiness, your joy, and the love in your home. These 3 key issues are vital that you look into them. The time of courtship is not the time of test running your sexual ability. Bible condemns it. As Christians, the Bible says that be dead undefiled. So it's not a moment of test running. Some come with that devilish ideology or saying that if you go to the market, you want to buy a cloth, won't you test it? You will test it first. So that's why you test. Then you see them test running from gear A to gear B to gear C to gear D. Even the gears testing from man A, man B, man C, man D. You don't know that those when you are sleeping around, you are carrying a part of those people in your life. So you must be very careful. Courtship period is not a period of test running sexual ability. If you want to test running, go to the hospital, go and test. Go there and conduct tests. That is where you are supposed to go to. Not practicing it among yourself. I hope this essence of courtship will sink down into the mind of every young person out there that wants to go into serious courtship and not to do otherwise. I pray that the Lord will help us. And as you watch this video, ensure you share to your contacts, share with your friends, and also ensure that you are liking, commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube. Bye bye.